Today on the CTV News at 5, blast from the past. A local farmer discovers a World War II bomb. Plus, how basketball is helping bring communities together on and off the hard court. And keeping the Blackfoot language alive.
CTV News with Jackie Scantlebury.
Good afternoon. A shocking surprise at an acreage near Lethbridge. A World War II-era practice bomb was found in the grass near the town of Barons. The 5-kilogram bomb was live more than 70 years after it was used to practice aerial bombings. The RCMP bomb squad and military explosives experts from CFB Suffield were called in. Mounties say the man who discovered the bomb was stunned.
Well, he was quite anxious about the fact that he'd found this and was worried about whether it was alive or not. He lived in the area for approximately 10, 11 years, and he was out checking his fence line, found this, and actually stumbled on it and didn't know what he'd stumbled on, so he started digging into the ground a little bit, and that's when he came across it and realized what he'd found.
Military personnel retrieved the bomb and transported it to the Suffield military base for detonation. A 47-year-old man has been killed in a head-on crash involving a semi-trailer in the East Kootenay. The accident happened yesterday afternoon on Highway 395, just east of Moyi. A car crossed the center line, slamming head-on into a tractor-trailer unit en route to Cranbrook. The highway was closed for several hours. The victim's name has not been released. Meanwhile, another car crash, this one near Kimberley, knocked out power to more than 2,400 BC Hydro customers in the area this afternoon. Few details are available about the crash, but the power is expected to be restored shortly. A 46-year-old Lethbridge man has been charged in connection to a sex assault in Coaldale from January. An 18-year-old woman told police that a man spoke to her and then grabbed her and fondled her on 20th Street in January. 46-year-old Abraham Newdorf has been charged. Meanwhile, a 23-year-old Lethbridge man is facing charges after allegedly driving his vehicle into a fence to try and hurt people. An argument got physical last night in the 2400 block of the 13th Street North area in Lethbridge. After the fight was broken up, a man got into his vehicle and drove it into the group of people. Peter Waters is charged. Well, Dory, we're going to continue to see what we've gotten over the last couple of days now, with the cloudy skies sort of looking like they're maybe going to rain or snow.
Yeah, exactly. It's been variable conditions. We've actually had a break today, got some sunshine. We talked about that last night. We were in between two systems, and certainly that's the pattern that we're seeing today. The core of the second system that's coming over us late Saturday and then extending into Sunday and Monday is sitting in central BC. We're already getting the wraparound effect from it, some bands of cloud cover, and that's what's over us right now. I'll give you all the details in a couple of minutes.
Thanks, Dory. Officials with the Lethbridge Fish and Game gun range say council's decision to keep the doors open provides some much-needed stability in their programming. Range operator Alan Friesen says the uncertainty of the shooting gallery's future hurt attendance to their programs and overall operation. City Council voted down a proposal on Tuesday to move the range out of the city by the end of 2016, with added security until that time. Friesen says the association is counting on funding in the next capital improvement program to help them relocate.
It's not going to happen without the city coming to the table. If the city comes to the table for part of it, and then we're going to add resources to it to make it happen. And then that way we can deliver our programs and do the value we provide for people on an ongoing basis, and we don't have to be, the city doesn't have to be concerned about us if we're located outside of the city for those activities.
And as we mentioned, the association is hoping to receive funding in the capital improvement plan to relocate and build an improved facility. The Minister of Alberta Services says the Condominium Property Act needs updating. Manmeet Balar has proposed changes to the legislation that could affect condo owners. He'll be speaking tonight at the Royal Canadian Legion on Mayor McGrath Drive. The meeting begins at 6 o'clock and your input is requested. Alberta's immigrant students won't be getting as much help with their English as they used to. There's no room in the provincial budget to add more English as a second language teachers, even though enrollment is rising. And that means students will now only get extra classroom support for 5 years instead of 7. Jeanette Rocher reports.
There are thousands of foreign immigrants moving to Alberta every year. Melcher Protomarter is just one of them. He moved his family to Lethbridge from the Philippines last summer.
For a better future for my family and especially for my kids. Yeah, there's lots of opportunity here as compared to our country.
His 12-year-old daughter Angela says her English has improved since attending public school here and can't imagine immigrant students not receiving extra support in the classroom.
It would be hard to communicate to other people and to learn because it's not your language. They're keep on explaining things and you won't understand it because different from your language.
But provincially funded ESL programs like the ones taught in public schools aren't seeing any funding increases, despite the fact that there's been a 7% increase in immigrant students. Liberal MLA Kent Hare is criticizing the province for not properly funding these ESL programs.
We are setting up a generation of students who may not be able to be adequately prepared for the workforce, for college, and their prospects will be greatly diminished.
So after May, then 1 year in Canada.
Many immigrants like Padma Ray, who moved here last year from Nepal, feel ESL is the key to a better future.
Because they help many immigrant people read, write, speak English, then find a job.
She says she hopes with stronger English skills, she'll be able to get a better job to help support her family.
Yeah, she won.
And it's a vision shared by Protomarter for his 3 children.
I want to start new. So just for the future of the kids, not for me, but for the kids.
Jeanette Roche, CTV News, Lethbridge.
The Alberta Education Minister tells us the reduction in ESL funding was necessary, but there's no indication that reducing that training from 7 years to 5 will make a difference in the students' English skills. It's a men's basketball league unlike any other. This one offers players an opportunity to adapt to living in a new country and use the game as a way to socialize. Most of the stars of the Pinot Basketball League are temporary foreign workers, and as Daryl Rummel reports, they're using the hard court to find some common ground in Canada.
It looks and sounds like your average everyday pickup game, but this game means more than a win or a loss. It's about a sense of familiarity in an unfamiliar place. Meet the stars of the Pinot Canadian Basketball Association. Over 100 players spread over 10 teams, 13 different languages, 171 regional dialects. Temporary foreign workers miles away from home, brought together through a game they love.
There's so many Filipinos in Lethbridge right now. We get to know each other, and this is one way of bonding, things like.
Named after the common slang for Filipino, the PCBA was formed roughly 4 years ago and has grown from 4 to a 10-team league.
Just to make the people to be physically fit and something like that, because everybody's just working.
Basketball is considered the most well-known and popular sport in the Philippines, a country with more than 92 million people, the 12th most populated on the planet. Teams are made up of 12 players, ranging in age from 16 into their 50s, and it's not exclusive to Filipinos. They say it's about inclusion, about socialization, and about a love for the game.
We just play together, having fun, that's it. Exercise. Meet some people here, you don't know how many people here.
It would appear the only thing holding the Pinot Canadian Basketball League back is a problem that faces all Canadians: gymnasium time. In fact, the league had to turn away 2 teams because they couldn't get enough court time. Filipinos make up less than 1% of Lethbridge's total population. They say this is one way they can band together, embrace a new culture and lifestyle through a game they're all too familiar with. Daryl Rummel, CTV News, Lethbridge.
Members of the Blood tribe are concerned their native language may be dying. Studies have shown that only 20% of Blackfoot people can actually speak their language fluently. The Early Intervention Society says they've spent the past 3 years developing a Blackfoot language curriculum for preschool to elementary school students in the hopes of saving the language. The society opened its doors to the public today for a couple of workshops aimed at educating.
I've always been interested in retaining our language and also to teach it to the young ones too. So that's the whole effort. So it's kind of an accumulation of what we have done in a short period of time that we've been working with the little ones here in Lethbridge.
There are some public schools in Lethbridge that offer the Blackfoot language as an option. Outdoor enthusiasts are gearing up for the summer. The third annual Outdoor Adventure Show got underway today at Exhibition Park. Nearly 20 vendors are on site showing off their latest summertime wares. The show runs from noon until 9 each night through Saturday. Vendors tell us it's a great chance for people to see their product and get introduced to their business. And into the markets now, where for the fourth day in a row, the TSX has closed down.